Have you tried to reposition Mamta Banerjee when she sort of speaks about her Gotra, recites the Chandipat? I know in Delhi, Arvind Kejriwal did the Hanuman Chalisa. Is there an attempt, therefore, that you are trying to say, look, you don't have a monopoly over the Hindu vote, I also am a Hindu. But does that work solely?
I'm not.
Has the BJP successfully positioned Mamta as, in a way, as they call it, Jihadi Didi?
Well, they can position. See, I think media sometimes overplays this tactical chanting of tactical moves. Whether someone chants.
It's not deliberate.
It's not deliberate to the extent that it's not that you are not doing it in your private life. But sometimes when fingers are pointed at you, that you know you are not even Hindu, you cannot even, you have problem with Jai Shri Ram, you have to come in the public and say, no, it's not true. We are very comfortable chanting Hindu mantras because most of us are practicing Hindus and there is no problem in it. Let me put a counter to this. When BJP comes and says, when you say, are you not looking to sidetrack Muslims? What do they say? They say, no, we are all guided by Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas.
That's right.
Are you saying that they are trying to reach out to Muslims? You're not saying that.
Right. But
so when a leader who is being castigated as minority or jihadi and words which I think is completely...
No, I take where you're coming from, but you know, one of the defining sort of images of Bengal was in 2019 when Mamta stopped her vehicle because the people around her started shouting Jai Shri Ram. And the BJP saw that as a moment where they were going to position Mamta as someone who was angry because someone was shouting Jai Shri Ram. And they used it successfully there. Are you seeing the polarization having become even greater in these last 2 years?
No, see, the incident which you are quoting, it is on record that BJP has tried to use it to their advantage. So as a political opponent, what are you supposed to do? Are you not supposed to learn from that and not give such free hits to BJP one more time? And if Didi is not doing it, why we are finding fault with her? If she would have repeated the same thing, for example, then the same media would have said that, see, she has not learned her lessons. All of us will learn every day. And if I was doing something yesterday which did not work for me, there is no harm in learning from it or making amends.
Is it more polarized though than 2019? Is 2021 the most polarized election that you have had to work with?
See, I have been asked this question, how polarized is this?
Bengal.
And everyone asks this question. Again, as a matter of principle or practice, I follow that let's take the worst. That it is as polarized as a society could get. What happens then? We have studied data for last, say, 30, 40 years, and we have seen the elections in the quote-unquote most polarizing atmosphere. We have found that close to 50 to 55% is the limit beyond which it is not possible for anyone to polarize and get vote of any community.
So
whether
any
it's majority,
community, only 50 to 55 will vote one way.
yes, it's very difficult to take that consolidation anything beyond 50-55%. In rare cases, in some very localized geography, it could be even 60%. But we haven't found any hard data to suggest that elections in polarized atmosphere could mobilize a community one way in excess of 60%. And this holds true for both Hindu and Muslim.
Interesting the way you're putting it. The other point that you made...
And it is also corresponding to the BJP's vote share in Bengal. If you see, they are getting 38 to 40% vote, which is roughly translating into 50% of Hindu majority voting for them.